With so many new homes being built, contractors in Florida are crushing it with swimming pool construction, especially for contractors that are willing to excel in design. That's why we're talking with Edwin, co-owner of Grunit, one of Florida's top swimming pool design and construction businesses for over a decade.
Right now, I think the new designs on pools is being square.
Okay.
And the old pools used to be kidney shaped.
Sure.
So they want to get rid of the kidney, get it more like a square, rectangular pools. We used to do a lot of rehab before, and then when it came pandemic started, we started building pools. Sad, but it helped us a lot on the pandemic. When we started the business, it was hard. It was only like 4 of us working.
Sure.
And we used to do the whole thing ourselves. Some counties, in waiting 2 weeks, you approve. Some other counties, you have to wait a month, sometimes 2 months to get approved.
Oh, wow.
It's getting better now. Before, it used to take sometimes up to 3 months. Before, a lot of people used to go with glass. Now they're coming back to ceramic tile, but they're using the big portions. They don't use the 6x6 anymore.
So I think a lot of people aren't familiar with the process of building a pool. Can you walk us through the timeline and the steps that a customer would be looking at for getting a new pool installed? So can you tell us about the services that you offer here at Grunit?
Yes, we build pools, and the services that we do, we take care of the permitting until the final inspection.
Okay.
And we also offer, outdoor kitchens, pergolas, everything that has to be outdoor related.
Okay. And is it all residential focused, or do you do commercial business and installations as well?
Yeah, right now we do both.
Okay.
We do commercial pools and residentials. We're pretty much doing about 120 pools and residentials a year.
Okay.
Which is big, and about 3 to 4 commercial pools a year.
Okay, interesting. What would you say is the most common type of project that you do? Is it kind of like the outdoor kitchens? Like, is it pools? What do you find yourself doing most?
Pools.
Okay.
We do more pools. Everybody wants a pool in Florida.
Definitely.
We are in Orlando. It's getting hot. Everybody wants a pool. That's pretty much what we do.
Yeah.
Pools. And then when it comes to kitchens, that's an upgrade that people add later.
Okay.
Sometimes on the same project, or sometimes they call us back to add it later.
Nice. Now, when you think back at the time that you've been here at Grunit since, being a co-founder, is there a job that you can think of where it was your favorite job that you did, like the most interesting pool or the craziest design or something like that?
They are a few of them that are like a magazine pools.
Okay.
It's called Marie. We're about to finish. We haven't finished that one yet.
Okay.
But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful pool. It also has a glass retaining wall. So it's
nice.
Nice. It's gonna be done soon.
Very cool.
That one would be my favorite right now.
Interesting. Now, do you do repair jobs for pools as well, or is it just new construction for people?
Oh, we also do rehabs on pools. Repairs, if people wants to change the tile, plaster, we also do that.
Okay.
We call it rehabs.
Sure.
We make it look pretty again.
Nice. And what are things that people are unhappy with mostly in like an existing pool that you would come and upgrade for them?
Sometimes it's because the deck is old, or maybe a tile.
Sure.
Or sometimes the plaster is getting bad, so they're not happy. Right now, I think the new designs on pools is being square.
Okay.
And the old pools used to be kidney shaped.
Sure.
So they want to get rid of the kidney, get it more like a square, rectangular pools.
Interesting.
So we do that too.
So you can change a kidney pool to a square or rectangular pool.
We can.
You can do anything, right?
Yeah, we can. We can sometimes. If not, it's gonna have to demo a whole pool and make a brand new one.
Sure.
We get to that one.
Interesting. So beyond just construction, you seem to be very design focused in the business. How does that design focus set you apart from other pool companies?
Yes, we take very serious when we go talk to the customer what they want, and we also look on the environment on the house.
Sure.
So they have some ideas, and we got some ideas, and we tell the customers, you should do this, or you should make the pool bigger or smaller. we don't want it to get a bigger pool if you don't have a big yard.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because you have to be in compliance. So we take, we look around, we see what they have, and from that point, we get a good design for them. We also do a 3D.
Okay.
So I can see it before we start with the project.
Nice. Now, because your designs are more advanced, does that make pricing out jobs be more complicated than just like a standard pool install job is?
I mean, when it comes to design and pricing, I mean, we try to be on the, how do you call it, on a budget.
Sure.
We ask the customer what kind of budget they have.
Okay.
And we try to be within the budget. But sometimes we had upgrades that is gonna go over budget.
Sure.
So it depends on the customer if he wants to go that way.
And is it just like a feel for pricing, or do you use any software that kind of manages your pricing and bidding and estimation and things like that for jobs?
We do. Yeah, we do have, we have Job Trade. That's
Okay.
the one that helps out with the budgets and pricing of the pool, so we can be competitive with other pool companies.
Okay. So how long has Grunt been in business for?
10-year plus.
Okay.
10-year plus. We used to do a lot of rehab before, and then when pandemic started, we started
Sure.
building pools. Sad, but it helped us a lot on the pandemic. Everybody wants to pool, nobody want to get out of the house, and that from that point on, our company started growing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So can you tell me more about the early days of starting a business? I think that the hardest part is for entrepreneurs getting involved, like those first days of starting a business. What was that like as far as like getting new jobs or kind of like learning how to manage a business?
Yeah, it was hard. When we started a business, it was hard. It was only like 4 of us working.
Sure.
And we used to do the whole thing ourselves. I used to just do pools, work, digging, layout, digging steel, doing tile, doing plumbing.
Yeah.
And then after 5 p.m., used to go see customers.
Okay.
And so it was very hard. It was
Yeah.
very hard just to be everywhere. But, like I say, pandemic helped us a lot. We were going over, we started hiring, new guys and help us, and we started growing.
How did you manage that process of scaling? Because I think that for a lot of businesses, they get stuck in that initial phase where you're doing all the work yourself.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now I have to turn this over, hire someone that I trust to start doing the job. Like, how did you manage that?
I mean, it was tough. It was hard because I was doing everything. And for me to let go and have someone else do what I was doing and be happy that he was gonna do a good service, an excellent service how I was doing it.
Sure.
It was very tough. But I had to let go. If you wanna grow, you have to let go. You have to trust what you have on your side.
Yeah.
And when we hire guys on our company, we try to hire the best so he can keep going with the same line that we like.
Sure.
You know what I mean? We don't want to change what we like because he's been successful since we started. So we teach those guys to be on the same line. It's tough to let go, but you have to trust them.
Yeah.
And thankfully, we grow.
Yeah, definitely. Did you develop any type of like training program to bring new people in and like teach them their ways, like teach the knowledge that you had gained over all the years of doing the business yourself?
Yes, we do. We do. Every time we hire someone, we train them the way we like, and we get the best of each employee. And we know he's good for plumbing, we send him to plumbing. We know he's good for electrical.
Sure.
Equipment installation, we just move it there, and we train them the way we like to be.
Have you found that since the pandemic, it's more difficult to find good employees to work for you? That's something other businesses have told us that's a challenge for their own business.
It is a challenge. Sometimes we get employees that they don't do anything. We give them a chance.
Sure.
And then if he doesn't comply what we need, we're gonna have to let him go. We always try to hire the best because we want the customer. You always have to deal with customers, so they represent Grunit and the fields.
Sure.
So they are the face of the company. So we always, we try to have the best employees so they can represent us the way we want it to be on outside.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So thinking back to when Grunit started, what were you doing before you got involved in the pool business? And was it something that had some cross-functional skills that helped you be successful here?
Yes, before I started working for Grunit, I used to be a woodworker.
Okay.
I used to be a cabinet maker. I used to make kitchens, doors, and windows, so I'm really crafted.
Yeah,
you know?
nice.
I like everything nice. And something that I say to my employees is like, when you're doing a job for someone, just think about it's your own house, it's your own pool, and you always want the best for you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I always have to have that for them. So when they're doing something, try to do it as for yourself, and you always want the best for yourself.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
in my case, I always want the best.
Yeah.
On my house.
One of the mistakes we see businesses make is they don't follow up on invoices with clients. Jobber not only allows you to easily send invoices from your phone, but it will automatically follow up with unpaid invoices to make sure you're paid on time and your business runs smoothly.
Was it challenging to leave, like you were established in another trade, and then like what thought process did you have to go through to shift gears and be like, I want to take a chance and do this new thing? I think for a lot of entrepreneurs, that is something that holds them back, is the comfort level of like where they are, and it's very scary to jump into something that's brand new.
Yeah, it is scary because sometimes you don't know how it's gonna end up.
Sure.
You see, if you know you've been doing something for so many years, and then to change the trade. But in my case, I'm very handy, so I like challenges.
Sure.
So when it comes to building a pool, it's almost the same crafting, like when you're putting tile, coping, and digging, and everything has to be on the measurements and perfect size.
Right.
So it was kind of easy move, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So how long before you felt like you were successful?
I mean, we are successful since the beginning because we put our head on it. Mm-hmm. But I still think we have to be. It's a long way to go. You know, I don't want to say I'm very successful now, I'm gonna stop.
Sure.
You know, we want this company to be #1 in Orlando, so it's a lot of work, and we work every day to get to that point.
Technology is always changing all around the world around us. Has technology impacted the way pools are built at all in your business?
Yes. Right now, you know, we have these components that a lot of people are using. They call automation.
Okay.
The automation, you control it from anywhere on the world by your phone and application.
Okay.
So let's say you have a pool in your house, and you're an hour away from your house, and you want to use the spa.
Sure.
So you can just use the app, turn the heater on, turn the pool on, and then when you get back home, it's already ready for you to use it. So a lot of people are moving for regular, standard, basic equipment to automation.
Okay.
Yes.
Does the automation help at all in like pool maintenance for people that, you know, they want to keep their pool crystal clear? Can that help them, you know, as far as maintaining the pool as well?
Yes, it does. It has a server that say when you have to add chemistry to the pool,
okay,
if it's going bad, or you have to recheck. You know, some of the automations, they all come with salt system. So the same automation will let you know when you have to add salt.
Okay.
So you can keep, you know, the chemistry of the pool good running.
Interesting. Now, in Florida, is a salt pool a common thing in Florida, or what's the alternative? Is it a chemically maintained pool versus a salt pool?
Yeah, it used to be a chemically chlorine.
Okay.
Now everybody's moving to salt.
Interesting.
What's the difference? The salt system is natural chlorine.
Okay.
You know, it's good for your skin. It's not gonna make your eyes red.
Sure.
And your clothes is gonna last longer.
Okay.
And even the maintenance of the pool is longer.
Okay.
So you don't have to worry about every 3 months you're gonna have to add salt. You know, and the other side, when you use chlorine tablets, every week you have to check it. Every week you have to throw chemistry to the pool. And it's, you know, sometimes you get itchy.
Sure.
But salt system is the way to go.
Okay.
Everybody's using it now.
Is going from a chlorine pool to a salt pool something that you help people to do, or is that not within your scope of services that you offer.
Yeah, that's something that we help. We help. It's easy to do the transition from regular chlorine to salt system.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very easy. It's something that we do a lot at all pools.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think a lot of people aren't familiar with the process of building a pool. Can you walk us through the timeline and the steps that a customer would be looking at for getting a new pool installed?
Yes, the process, it takes pretty much 4 to 6 months. It depends weather permitting too.
All right.
Sometimes, you know, summertime here it rains a lot.
Sure.
So sometimes it gets longer. But we try to knock it up on at least 4 to 6 months in between.
Okay.
Could be 4 months, could be up to 6. And the process, you know, we're starting when we talk to the customer, we're starting with the permitting. Sometimes permitting takes weeks or sometimes months. It depends on county.
Okay.
When we get approved, the first phase is the layout, dig and still. That's when we go to the property, we remove the grass, we do the layout, wood frame, and we dig and put rebar.
Okay.
And that's the first stage. We have to pass some permitting inspections on that layout, dig and still, and then the second stage will be the go night.
Okay.
The go night is the concrete they shoot around the shell.
Sure.
All right, so they make pretty much the pool right there. That's 50% of the pool.
Okay.
It has to be healed for 28 days. So you have to wait 28 days for the concrete to heal.
Okay.
So the concrete, it moves, so you have to let it heal all the way. It takes 28 days. Within those 28 days, we prepare the outside. We do pre-grade. That would be the second stage or the third stage. Pre-grading the pool and get it ready for plumbing. Plumbing takes about 1 or 2 days to do plumbing, and then it has to be inspected. The next stage will be tile and cupping. That would be tile cupping and pre-grade again. You know, just close trenches on the plumbing.
Sure.
Tile cupping, bonding, and the next stage will be deck.
Okay.
So we got like 6-7 different stages on building the pool, but we have to, you know, leave space in between.
Sure.
After decking, we have what we call equipment and electrical. That's when we start off the heat pump, if it has heat pump, pool pump, filter. If it has an automation, and salt system.
Okay.
Okay, so it's 5 equipments where you have the whole thing.
Sure.
And the electrical, and it has to be inspected. And after that, it comes to safety. They come and check for safety. That means you need to have a fence around the pool.
Sure.
And ready to do plaster. That would be the stages.
Interesting. And that whole process you said takes about 6 months typically?
Take about 4 to 6 months. It
Okay.
all depends on weather.
Sure.
And by pretty much 4 to 6 months. We can finish in 4 months, like we can finish 4.5, 5, no more than 6. We try to shoot in no more than 6.
Does the complexity of the pool change the timeline as well? Are there more complex designs that would make that timeline be extended, or simpler designs that shorten the timeline?
Yes, that comes to when it's small pool, you know, short designs, you can work faster.
Sure.
Sometimes, you know, you got a bigger pool, the pool is too far away from the house, or you take more time to run in lines for piping, but it's pretty much the same thing, you know. Maybe one of them would take longer than the other one, but we try to be within the 4 to 6 months.
Okay. One thing I just thought of, is there any yard that is not a good candidate to have a pool in it? Can you put a pool anywhere, or does there need to be like a minimum space that you need to have?
I mean, we try to, it's always yards that are very tight.
Sure.
And we have done small pools. You know what I mean? We try to put a pool in there, but we have to be within the easements of the property. You know, here in Florida and Orlando, we always have easements around the property line. So we have to be in that line.
Okay.
If they really want a pool, and we can go in there within, you know, the in line of the property, we make a pool.
Sure. What is the smallest pool you've ever put in?
The smallest pool would be just a jacuzzi spa.
Okay.
Which would be 10 feet long by 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works.
That would be a smallest.
So we were talking about the timeline to build a pool. Does that change based on permitting, and what role does like the specific county that the pool is being put in play in the timeline?
Yeah, it changed a lot. Some counties, it make you harder for you to approve it.
Sure.
Sometimes, some counties in within 2 weeks you approve. Some other counties you have to wait a month, sometimes 2 months to get approved.
Oh wow.
It's getting better now. Before, it used to take sometimes up to 3 months.
Okay.
So that adds up into the 4 months of construction. When I say 4 months within construction is when we do the layout, dig and steel to finish. We don't count the permitting because it's not on our control.
Sure.
We have to wait for the county, and sometimes, like I said, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get approved. Sometimes it takes a month and a half to get approved. And then we have to deal with the deal. HOA.
Oh, right.
And HOA, sometimes it takes longer than the county because they only get meet up once a month.
Huh,
and they want to see approval drawings from the county to get approved with the HOA.
So one thing is holding up the other thing, and it all ends up taking much longer than hopefully it should. When you're installing a pool, have you ever dealt with a situation where something happened in the construction process, and how do you deal with the quality control to make sure that everything, works smoothly from start to finish? Yeah,
quality is our priority. When we do a pool, quality of materials and everything that's being installed is our priority. If something is going bad, we attack it right on the spot.
Sure.
If we can do it right on the spot, we're not gonna gift the pool to a customer without fixing those issues.
Sure.
So that's priority for us.
So beyond residential pools, we also talked a little bit about doing commercial pools. What are some of the priorities that a commercial customer is looking for from you as opposed to what a residential customer would be looking for?
Yeah, priorities are, safety, timing, and finishing up the project.
Sure.
And everything, and we can control the whole process because everything is done in-house. So they want that.
Nice. And from a safety standpoint, all of your employees work for you. You're not subcontracting it out. They've all gone through training. So they're all going to operate in a certain way. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. We are very serious on safety. So we follow OSHA directions so we can be within the safety on any construction. Could be commercial or residential.
Sure. Very cool. So going back again to the beginning a little bit, a lot of our viewers are entrepreneurs and they're thinking about starting their own business. If someone wanted to get started in a pool construction business, what is the baseline? Where do you start? Like, where did Grunit start with their, very first pool that they put in?
Yeah, we started with my brother's pool.
Okay.
That was one of the first pools.
All right.
My brother's pool was the main one. And then we start posting, that we build pools.
Sure.
And Instagram, any other Facebook. And from there on, a lot of people start questioning, and asking about pools.
Okay.
And that's how we started.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When you were building your brother's pool, was it originally because he wanted a pool, or was it to be a demonstration of, that you're starting this business and use that as the prototype for, building pools for other people?
You can go both ways. He wanted a pool, and we wanted to be like we build pools, and that's how we do it.
Yeah. Interesting. So beyond your brother's pool, what was the first pool then that you did after the prototype? How did you get that first customer coming into you?
Yeah, that was years ago.
Yeah.
We got it on the same complex that he lives.
Okay.
They used to walk around and see us working there all the time, and that's why we got the first customer on the same complex that he lives.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very cool. So we talked a little bit about attracting talent to come and build great pools with Grunit. What is the ideal candidate that you're looking for? Do they need to have construction experience in the past or pool building experience in the past? Or what are those innate qualities that you're looking for in an employee?
Yeah, we're always looking for talent.
Okay.
If he has, construction experience, that's a plus.
Sure.
But if he doesn't, we always do training camp in here. We give him a chance, we train him. If he put his mind to learn, he's a good candidate,
Okay. So just that attention to detail and
attention to details, take, the job responsibilities, what he has to do, and fill the expectations that we want.
okay. And everything else can be taught.
Yes.
Great. So we're here in your design showroom right now. Is a design showroom like this something that a lot of other pool companies have? And how does that help people pick kind of the designs and finishes for their own pool?
Yes, we help them out, choosing materials. Sometimes they don't know what to put on the pools. We take, like I said in the beginning, when we go to the property and talk to the customer the first time, we see what's around,
Sure.
what they use on the house. So what color is the property house, what they have on the yard, and we try to blend in with what they have.
Sure.
So when they come here, sometimes they don't know what kind of color they want on pavers. So we try to figure it out and help them to choose what's the best.
Okay.
Because at the end, they are the ones that are gonna be looking at it all the time. And we gotta make sure they're happy with it.
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to imagine what your pool is going to look like without seeing the thing, in person. Could you show us some of the materials that you have in the showroom here and just how you would guide someone through the process?
Yes, sure. When we come here to a showroom, we have all these materials that we use. This is used as a cupping of the pool.
Okay.
We try to use always travertine or marble on the cupping. We don't like to use pavers. That set us apart from other companies.
Sure.
These make it look more high-end finish.
Okay.
So pretty much this white snow, that's how they call this cupping. That's pretty much what everybody use.
Okay.
Because white comes, good with all the materials. And then they mix it up with some pavers that we have here.
Okay.
It can be mixed up with all these kind of pavers. Different colors, different shapes. They got the French pattern. They have just regular square ones. And that's up to a customer how they want it.
Okay.
Okay. And sometimes they want to mix it out with some synthetic grass. We call it turf.
Okay.
And some part of the deck we use that Trex.
Sure.
That's a composite deck. That's a lot of people are using these combined materials. It make your backyard look nice and pretty.
Yeah, nice. And for the tile that you have here, how does someone pick, how do you guide people to pick the right tile for the pool that they want to have?
Yeah, it's very hard. Sometimes they give you a color, say, I don't want it too blue, I want it green, so we try to pick the ones they like. So if they say blue, we give them some different blues, and then it's up to them what they want.
Okay.
And if they ask me, what I think, I'm always gonna pick the best ones. And I always say to the customer, you're the one gonna be looking at it all the time.
Right.
But if you ask me, I like this one better than the one. Sometimes that the one they pick and they go for it.
Interesting. Now we talked a little bit earlier about one of the larger pool constructions that you've done with an acrylic window in it. Are some of the materials that you used in that in the showroom here right now?
When it comes to a glass, no, that's custom made.
Okay.
But when it comes to a tile, yes, it is. The tile is let me see if I can look at it in here. It's
Sure.
on the back. I had it somewhere here. I don't know if they took it. Let me see. They took it. Oh no, it's right here. The tile of that pool, they have this new porcelain tile.
Okay.
They're 24 by 12. But specifically in this pool, we have big tiles. Right now, before a lot of people used to go with glass, now they're coming back to ceramic tile, but they're using the big portions. They don't use the 6x6 anymore. That used to be a regular ceramic tile this size.
Okay.
Now we're going with big ones.
And is that just a design trend, or is there some advantage to using that in pools?
It's just design trend. You know, every 2 to 3 years, something come out new.
Sure.
You know, so like I said, before it used to be a kidney shape, a lot of ceramic tiles. Now they're using rectangular pools with some glass style.
Okay.
And now we're going back to ceramic, and we're mixing up rectangular and round pools.
Interesting.
Yeah, different designs.
Which rectangular in a round pool presents some additional construction challenges, right?
Yes, it does. When it comes round, like kidney shape is a little harder than rectangular.
Very cool.